Hola chicos, and welcome back to another video. I'm Christian and I'm moving to Spain, and this is Chris in Spain. So today I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things you need to do before moving to Spain. Basically what you need to do before, what you need to at least think of before going to Spain. So it doesn't come as a surprise and you don't get too stressed out when you finally get to it. So a thing that's very important and useful in Spain is the NIE number. And I have just made another video about it, how to get it and the different ways you can get it, and so on. So I'll not get too much into detail into it in this video, but basically you cannot get the NIE number before getting to Spain. So you need to do that as one of the first things you do when you arrive in Spain. You go to a police station, ask for the NIE number, and then you start from there. So do it immediately when you get to Spain, because as fast as you get it, the easier things get after that. Then you need to get an apartment, and well, that's mostly like getting an apartment in other countries. It's different from country to country, and depending on which country you're from, it maybe looks a lot like how it works in your country and maybe not at all. But basically, you go to a site like Idealista, the most popular one and most secure one, and then you find an apartment, ask them, when can I come and see? They're like, now, you go and see it. And the hunt is really fast in Spain, so basically when you are inside the apartment and you are seeing it, if you like it, say, I buy it now. And then it happens now, and then you get it today. That's how fast it works in Spain. Of what I have heard and also experienced myself, because I'm looking at an apartment right now. By the way, subscribe for more videos about my journey to Spain, and to see my next video about my apartment hunt and other things I do to prepare for going to Spain, and my life in Spain afterwards. And then you will be able to see my other videos about what I have made so far in the process. Again, you need to get an apartment, and that's how that is. Then you probably need to get a job, and that's easier when you have an apartment. The apartment is also easy to get when you have a job, because they kind of want you to prove that you have money, and the job kind of wants you to prove that you are living there, so they know you can go to work every day or something. I don't know. It's kind of strange. So get these two done as fast as possible, because they can be quite annoying. And then you probably maybe need a bank account, and for that you just need your NIE number, and that's it. And you need an NIE number before getting a bank account, that's for sure. But you also kind of need the bank account to get a job there, because they will not want to give you money in any other bank account. So basically, you need to get a bank account before your first payment. And again, it will be easier to get a job with the bank account, but you probably want a job before you get your NIE number searched out. So again, these are a lot of things. These 4 things really are mixed together in a very annoying way. But all these 4 things are things you can only do when you get to Spain. Well, the apartment hunt, you can kind of buy an apartment before you go to Spain. It depends on your situation. It may not be a good idea. Maybe it is. Maybe you can buy something not permanent, you're sure about, and can live until you get a perfect one or something. Then you can easier search for the perfect apartment when you already are living in Spain. But apart from that, before arriving to Spain, paperwork are probably something you need to sort out beforehand. They often want your birth certificate when you apply for an NRI number. That can be quite hard or impossible to get, so find a solution for that, because that's a very annoying one. Then they want to see your bank account sometimes in different situations, so actually having a lot of money just by itself can be a good thing, because they like when you have money. So and at least it's not a problem having many money in your bank account. So maybe make sure you have a lot of money before going there, even though it's cheap and things like that. But again, you don't really need that. If you don't have a lot of money and you don't know how to make a lot of money in your own country, just move to Spain now. Get a life. Your life will be better faster if you move there faster, I guess. So you can get a job in Spain, you can easily get enough money to buy your groceries and live a life perfectly fine. So don't be too afraid of moving to Spain if you don't have a lot of money, but it will be nice if you have a saving you can just show and be like, I have money. It's not a problem. So money always just a plus, I guess. Then a good idea is to actually learn Spanish before moving there, because as any other place in the whole world, not everyone speaks English. Depending on which city you're moving to, maybe a lot speak English. If you move to a touristy city like Madrid and Barcelona and basically every city on Costa del Sol, then most people will speak English. And especially if you move to Costa del Sol, there will be a lot of expats that have moved there. So there will be a lot of people living there that's actually originally from other countries and Spain that maybe even don't speak Spanish, but only English or English and whatever language they will speak in their own country. So in Costa del Sol, it's very easy to get around with English only. It's actually almost easier to get around with English than Spanish. But still, some people will only speak Spanish, and some people are just kind of bad at English. So if you just know a little bit Spanish and you mix the language, then it'll be easier to communicate and you will get a lot further in the conversation. So it's just always a good idea to learn as much Spanish as possible, as fast as possible. But again, in this world, this globalized world, and the big cities and all the tourists in Spain, it's not a necessary, because necessity, well, I cannot say that, but apparently it's not a necessity, because in the big cities in Spain, that you have to speak English in the service minded works anyway, to be able to speak with tourists, so it will not be a problem. To get around, buy your groceries, go to a bar. So, but still, learn some Spanish. Good idea. It's not a bad idea. So remember to work on your Spanish every day. What else do you actually need? A general thing about moving is that it's really hard to get all your stuff with you when you move to another country, because that's far away. Normally when you move from even a big house to another big house, you have to rent a big truck, and even though it's hard to fit all your stuff in there, and you probably throw things out anyway. But when you move to another country, you maybe don't want to rent a truck and drive 1,000 kilometers to another country. Maybe you're moving from the US and you cannot really drive a truck from USA to Spain or Europe in general, because there's literally more water than there road in between. So then you are needing a ship to ship your things. Maybe that's why it's called shipping, but you will not want to ship your things in a ship. So you are probably going to either throw a lot of stuff out or going many times by plane. I cannot speak for the fuck. or taking many turns in the plane. So you will not get all your stuff down there at once, and maybe never. So think about what you need the most, and I mean really need. Not like you can bring your phone and computer and lot of stuff you use a lot. Also, you kind of need a phone and a computer nowadays, so it's actually already a must. But you can bring some fun stuff and some stuff you use to entertain yourself. But about the other stuff, really think about what you need. Like if something is cheap in Spain and you can just buy in Spain, well, you can buy everything in Spain. So it's stupid when people say if you can buy it in Spain, don't bring it, just buy new. I'm like, no, I don't want to buy every single thing I have again. But if something is really cheap in Spain, and for me personally, I use the system if it's way cheaper than in my country, and pretty much everything is. But there are some things that is where the difference is bigger than with other stuff. So if there's a very big difference about the price in Spain and my country, Denmark, then I'm like, it's not even worth the weight of the suitcase to bring this thing to Spain, because you can literally buy it for a tenth of the price in Spain anyway. So in that case, I'm like, I leave this stuff in Denmark and use that when I get to Denmark, and then I just buy new in Spain. And in these cases, I'm mostly talking about things you use up anyway, like toothpaste and soap and shit like that. I'm pretty sure I will not bring soap. Like, why should I bring soap? Also, I'm gonna live with two other people in the apartment, and well, there's girls, so girls bring soap, I guess. That's a bit of cheating, but I guess we will not run out of soap. And you can go to supermarket and buy soap. Literally, things you can buy in the supermarket, that's it. If you can buy it in the supermarket in Spain, don't bring it. I guess I bring my toothbrush and toothpaste, because you need that, well, every single day, and very important, so I bring that. But everything you can buy in the supermarket, don't bring it. Like the supermarket all over the place in Spain, and they cost nothing. So go to the supermarket and buy the stuff you need for the apartment. It's more like stuff you don't really want to buy again. Stuff you don't use up, like my headphones, also thing I wear and use on the plane. But something like my headphones, I bring what I need. I have like lots of headphones, I bring one pair, because I don't need more than one pair. So I bring my favorite pair of headphones, which is also my smallest and the easiest to bring. So I bring that. Bring phone, computer. I don't bring my television, because that's literally bigger than a suitcase. So I will probably never get my television to Spain. I'll probably sell it and buy a new television in Spain at some point. But that's not the first thing I'm gonna focus about, because you don't need it. You can put television on your PC and a phone, so don't need it immediately. That's when I need to get more luxury. Then I find a solution for that. But what else? Things. What else? What else is things you use up? Things you don't. I will have a lot of food, and I've actually thinking about to bring some of my food, because I have a big storage right now of foods, and I'm not sure if I will be able to empty my whole storage of food before moving to Spain. So I'm like, should I bring some of it with me, or should I not? And I'm pretty sure I shouldn't, because foods in Spain are way cheaper than Denmark. and it seems crazy to bring food from Denmark to Spain, because then when I get back home to Denmark, I need to buy some food in Denmark, and I rather want to never buy food in Denmark again. So I rather want to do the opposite, that I bring food from Spain to Denmark. So when I go to Denmark on a trip, somewhere in the future, I guess, maybe, whatever, I don't know, I will maybe bring some Spanish food, so I don't need to buy so much Danish food when I'm here in Denmark. So I rather want to do it in this direction and then keep my storage here, so I can eat that when I get home. So when I get here, I can eat from my storage, and I have brought some Spanish food too, and maybe I don't need to buy stuff in Denmark. So I rather want to do it that way. But if you are leaving your country for good and never go back, not even on vacation, not even to visit somebody, I guess you need to throw the food out anyway, and maybe that's better. It depends on how expensive the food is and how much you have of it. But I would say don't bring food and other consumable or usable items to Spain. Buy that in the supermarket. Also, just general things from supermarket. Just buy things in the supermarket. Even things like deodorant, I'm like, do I even bring that? Maybe one, just to start off until I buy a new one. But that you can also buy that in the supermarket. So also like, and don't even think that's worth the space and weight of my suitcase. I really need to only bring the most necessary things in my suitcase. Also have a lot of electronics I need to take with me, like the setup I'm using right now. I have smartphone, computer, I have speakers, I have tripods, gimbal, whatever I need to bring. So there's a lot of these electronics and also just heavy tools I need to bring to be able to record and edit the videos and actually just study and live and use the services they have in Spain when I'm living there in Spain. So it will take up a lot of space and weight already. So there'll not be much left for clothes. So I'll probably not take much more else with me apart from my clothes. And also, do I bring all my clothes? I probably can't bring all my clothes in one go. So that'll be interesting how it will be to live with not all my clothes, because right now I'm using literally all my clothes and then I wash it. So I need to wash more often. Yeah, but we're also gonna get a washer like in the apartment, because most apartments have a washer in the apartment. So it will be easier to wash clothes anyway, I guess, so that will be fine. But that's what I have in my head right now about things you have to do before moving to Spain and have to bring, and there's most certainly something I forgot that is very important to have to do before moving to Spain, and even more certain some stuff I will bring to Spain I haven't mentioned, and some I will definitely not bring to Spain that I haven't mentioned, because I'm not starting packing my suitcase yet, so I don't really have it fresh in the head, the ideas. I cannot really think of things that easily, so I probably forget something very interesting I could speak of. So when I get to packing my suitcase, I'll be recording some videos about that too, so I can tell you exactly what I pack in my suitcase and what I don't, and all my thoughts about it, and my challenges I have and rated the pros and cons about some things I have not been sure about if you bring or not, if it's worth it, or what is the best solution for that. So again, subscribe for that video or videos or that process in the whole, and for seeing my other videos about Spain and my whole process of moving to Spain. Also like this video if you did, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.